Good evening, Nick Forster here. Sorry, I'll block out that light. Just giving a quick little update. I apologize for not having any content the last couple weeks. With work's kind of been real hectic lately, and it's getting close to the holidays, so other things have kind of taken priority. Along with I put out a community post. This little building I'm in here. It's non-insulated. Now I don't have a heat source. Well, thankfully today it decided to warm up to about 70 degrees, or at least mid 60s. So right now it's about 54 in here. It's about 10:45, 11 o'clock. So it's workable. My hands aren't numb, so I can actually do something with them. Still working on this. I haven't really done much off camera on this holzfforma g372. I ended up, as y'all seen in the last video, the original piston and cylinder numbers weren't bad on it, but the squish was. Squish, I think, was like 37 thousandths. No, it had 30 degrees of blowdown. Intake was at 72, and exhaust was at 100. Well, so what I ended up doing was ordered, since I had a big bore. I thought it was a 50 millimeter, but it ended up being a 52 millimeter pop-up. So I ordered a big bore for it, put that cylinder and piston on it, checked the numbers on it. Squish was at 42 without a base gasket. Exhaust was at 100, transfers at 126, and the intake was at 70. That was Farmtech cylinder with a highway pop-up big bore. Then I also ordered a 268 pop-up piston. Tried it with the stock cylinder that was on this saw. The intake was at 78. Exhaust was at 102.5 or so. And the transfers are at 30, so you had 28 degrees blow down. But the problem was you couldn't even turn it over. We couldn't make a full revolution. It was hitting the top of the piston, or it was hitting the squish band. And I don't have a way to cut squish bands right now. I tried it with a base gasket. Without the base gasket first, it hit. With the base gasket, it hit. Then I remembered I had that cylinder from the early G372 kit I bought that had the horrible squish with a factory flat top piston and horrible numbers at the time. Well, it worked out perfect for this 268 pop-up piston from Highway. Numbers are 80 on the intake, 79.5. I'm calling it 80 on the intake. 103 on the exhaust, and it had 25 degrees of blowdown, so 128 degrees. It's when the transfer's open. That's no machine work. That's no porting on the exhaust. That's no porting on the intake. Raised up the divider, the transfer divider, or not the actual divider, but the locator for the. I just leveled it off of the base, opened up the transfers a little bit on the low side, and cleaned up the intake and exhaust. Just flash, but that was it. I didn't touch it. And those were the numbers with a 30 thousandths base gasket. a 20 thousandths, it was just a little tight. Now with a 30 thousand space gasket, we're sitting at about 20, between 21 at the lowest and 25 at the highest. On I do it. I check squish on the front, both sides, and the back. The back was the tightest at 21. Front was the loosest at 24, and both sides hit at about 22, 23. So I think this is the route I'm going with. Should make for a pretty darn strong saw. 80 on it, like I said, 80 on the intake, 125 on the transfers. No, 128 on the transfers, had 25 degrees of blowdown. 128 on the transfers, and 103 on the exhaust. So should have a very good power range, very, very strong power range. That's the update as far as numbers and cylinder. Now we're just gonna get back to putting this sucker back together. I'll save this cylinder that came on this off for another build. I'll have to pull that spring off, put it on this cylinder. Let's see if I can. I probably won't be able to do that. Ooh. Buddy, they made you tight now, didn't they? How did they, looks like it could be a, what's it called, screw down there. Can you pop this cap off, I'm guessing, and get down to it? If not, I do have that kit I can get down. See if I can, what size that is. I bet it's going to be this one right here. Yep. Of course, with like everything else on this, they tighten the fire out of it. But yep, this saw has a base gasket, no machine work, with a pop up, sitting at 80 on the intake, 128 on the transfers, and 103 on the exhaust. I'd say that's pretty darn good. I could have brought it up to 102, 100, but I mean, this should make for a very, very nice running saw. It may not wind out by, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred RPM, opposed to 102 or 100. But, I mean, and the ports looked fairly good. They just had a little bit of flash off in them. The, what's it called on it was actually very good. The chamfered on this cylinder, better than that one. That was a later run cylinder. There we go. That should do her up right. Be tight enough. Let's go ahead and start a plug in there. So we're just gonna start slapping this bad boy back together. See what she ends up doing. It was a 10 millimeter. So that is a 7/16. Oh heck. I have had to pull some tools out of here. So, what was a 10 millimeter? I think it's 12. Did have to pull some tools out of here, so I may be missing some. That's okay. Ain't gonna be the end of the world. Grab them, as I need them. Let's see. Yeah, I sure have pulled some tools out of here to go chase down other things. Do some other odds and ends throughout the week. That's gonna be right there. Yep. Drop the socket. But other than work being crazy, I'll show y'all this sign here in just a second. Another sign I picked up. Oh, should be plenty tight. Go ahead and turn this guy off. I'm done with you. Picked up this sign. It was sitting off in the woods on some land I managed. It's old. It was old Georgia craft land. If you were from around Georgia, southeast Alabama, from way back when, 20, 30 years ago, you remember, hell, even longer than that, Georgia craft. Figured I'd save it, preserve it. I mean, it's in pretty good shape. Color's still good, but that land is no longer Georgia craft no more. I got that. And I got this old Mead sign, just trying to pick up, preserve some old signs of old timber companies, old Mead coated board lands. I think it's cool. I think it's worth preserving. I like signage. I like to throw it up here in the shop. It's my needle nose go. I just had it right there. Feed this impulse tube back through. Probably should have done that before, but there she goes. There we go. Went ahead and put a OE intake boot on it. Let's see. Guess I'll go ahead and take a wheel off. Get it where I can actually do something with it. There we go. I'm just gonna have to pull it off the table and do it this way. There we go. Come on. Really not gonna come off for me like that. I'll take a couple little revolutions. There we go. Pull that guy off, set him off to the side. But I'm excited about the saw again. Like I said, I was disappointed with it. I did not like how it ran. So I wasn't excited to run it. But now, shoot. These numbers, it should be pretty darn stout. Pretty darn stout. I'm gonna throw this other card back on it and see how she acts. So I think I gotta go back through that Walboro that I got, the OE Walboro I got out of it. Set or oh shoot, no, I pulled out the choke rod and bits and bobs. Oh heck, heavens, where'd I done set it now? Alright, my oh my, that's what happens when you get tired and get careless. Don't even realize where you put stuff and it's right in your hands. Turn her on like this. I know most guys usually like to get these suckers started before they go into this route, but I'll set her off in here. go. There we go. Come on. That bolt's back. I gotta pick up this guy, because I believe it was for my bolts, if I remember right, but it's the smaller one. I think it was this guy right here. That it were. Get started. Cock this a little funky. Get on in there. Done got bad. It's just cocked down just a touch more than the original. Yo, much more than original. That's where it's going to cock down to. That's not that great. This side's going to be the same darn way. That one pretty well. Work on this guy. Tight. Tight. Some calling it tight. Going to choke rod. I said I'm not a pro at these. This is my first one I've ever had, so it's going to take me some time to get used to these jokers. Make sure that's full throttle. That's it right there. Because when I push this guy or pull this guy back, yeah, we want to pull it off of high throttle. See if we can get it to. There she goes. Now it's just being done. Just a little done. Go ahead, put our impulse back on. Just where that was a touch more that way. I guess it could have been. If I could put a little zip tie around that, I will. I'll figure that out later. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab a spark plug, slap her on in there. Which I don't think I left a scrunch in here, so we're just going to plug it for now. Leave that guy off. Choke. Go ahead and get it in here. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I doubt I'll be able to get any content tomorrow. Most likely be under there. She ain't really, it ain't even pinched, it was just sitting there. She done gotten a little hard on me. I don't know if this is, how good a fuel line that is. Yeah, I think these, it's close to full, but it ain't quite there. I don't know. I have to evaluate it, see what it turns to, and then we'll go from there. All right. Where do I want to go from here? I'll go to, let's go to the muffler. No, I guess we could go to the clutch. Go ahead and put it together. It should be ready to go. This guy can be a little bit of a pain in the butt sometimes to get and stay. Oh heck, I bet the daggone it's called on. There we go. Come on. Work the way on down in there. There we go. That's what I needed from you. Grab our E-clip guy. Throw this bad boy on there. Our clip. Go like so. Gonna be one of them I don't want to go. Good pliers. Pinch her on down. Make sure she's on there tight, but not too tight. I've got a good slack. It should be good. In it. All right. Now let's turn our attention to the muffler. Let's see. We got two gaskets. It's been a while since I've done this. That was flat. I believe that went to the muffler. Lights. No, that was the muffler side. This is the cylinder side. And ooh, I might have to rewind this to see how exactly this went. I don't remember exactly. Cut out like so for that. I bet it were. That's how it went, like so. I'd say, well, no. Could you imagine they'd go a little bit higher on the cylinder than that, but I guess that's how it's got to go. Something like that. Okay, we'll try it that way. Like that. If I remember right, these was a bigger size than this guy right here. Yeah, where at least get them get them popped down like that for now. I bet you they're gonna be closer to this guy right here. Yep. All right, so goes this guy. Pull these on through, and if it's sitting like so, it's gonna be like so. this guy with lasso. Just lasso. Set her off in here. Oh nope. Backtrack for just a second. Gotta let these screws in here. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Oh, here, let me pull y'all down just a little bit better. Y'all see just a little more what I'm doing. I apologize about that. It's been a while since I've been behind the camera, or in front of the camera. But, I'll tell you, it's a pretty darn good feeling to be back at it. Biggest pet peeve is with these is getting them started. I can't ever seem to get these started without knocking the other one out. Did there. Oh, stand up. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy to go on through. Maybe I'll get lucky. That'll be nice to me. Looks like she went on through there. Tighten her up on that side. Come back to this side, finish pulling her on down. Just glad it got started on this side. Last time I took this thing off when I was first breaking this sucker in, I was worried about it. I say I was worried about it. I had fought to get these guys on. Granted, I was on the back of sitting in the back of the pickup trying to do it. Which ain't the best way. There we go. She's mighty tight right there. That. This guy over here. These are that smaller one right here. How we doing on time? 28 minutes? Well, I'll probably wrap this up pretty quick in just a second. I'm curious to see what kind of compression she'll have. Considering this got a brand new, it was cable ring on it. Bought the pop up, I believe it came with a cable on it. Is that right? Sure seems like she done bowed out a lot right there, and it's angled off to the right. This way a good bit. I don't know if that's right. You're tied up against there. Right there. Maybe it were. Seems like it's a little bit straighter on this side and a little bowed on that. Dang sure looks like that. Gone sideways in there. on that side, and looks to be tight on this one. So I'm not sure, maybe the cylinder's cocked just a little bit. She went on down there. Thought she was fairly straight. See. Oh yeah, she'll have some compression on her. She'll have some good compression on her. Take a nut off. Yes, for us just to wrap it up, go ahead and throw the maybe went right there. This little thing. I don't know what good it does. I think something for the top, but throw it back in there. And you, I believe, right there. I could be mistaken. Or you might have been like that. Either way, I believe. Don't think it'll cause much harm. Go ahead and set her on her side while we get this guy lined back up and ready to rock and roll. I thought they would have made that just a touch longer, but I think I've noticed this saw likes to get jammed up a little bit. I said that underneath it, didn't I? Yep. Pull cord always a little like to get jammed up on this saw. I ain't quite sure why. I'm hoping this done rectified it now. At least get to see how much compression it is without being broke in, since this is a brand new ring, brand new cylinder, brand new piston. And get to have a shot at her. I'll tighten these up, make sure they're nice and snug before I go to really yanking on it. Probably cut it off right after this. Alright. A spark plug, it ain't tight as it can be, but man, she's got some, for not being broke in and a loose spark plug, I think she's gonna do mighty nice. Mighty nice. That's gonna be too big. I ain't got, what's it called? Get that tightened down, and I can't wait to get this sucker running. I wanna see what she'll do. I'm really excited. If I remember right, that's more than it had when it was broken with the stock piston, so we will see. Make sure brake still works. Pinch my finger a little bit there, but that's okay. Well, alrighty folks. Sorry to take so long putting it back together. I'm super excited to run this saw now. I want to see what it'll do. I'll probably just throw a half wrap back on it for now. Just because it's easier to take on and off. If I have to pull it back apart one more time for any leaks or whatever else. And we'll throw a bar and chain on it, and we'll see what it does. Hopefully no air leaks, and hopefully she'll be a strong runner this go around. But I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all have a fantastic evening and a great Thanksgiving. I appreciate all the support, and we're back. Got a lot of content upcoming. Got a whole bunch of parts sitting over to my left here for odd and end saws, and we about to run a bunch of them. So hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks, y'all.